Welcome to another session of Endless Legend. Weirdly, we are greeted by the Voltas theme as we continue our playthrough of the Kapaku on Endless difficulty. But I'm sort of used to these games giving me a theme completely different than my faction theme. So, where were we last time? We'd made good use of these pearl stockpiles in combination with this amazing technology, organized labor, and the trick is really build up your pearl stockpiles with pearl hoarding, and then get organized labor, upgrade all your stockpiles, and then use a lot of them. Now that we've done that, I think I want to dump it on this city just to make sure that I pick up this refrigeration plant ASAP. Although maybe there were better choices for that. Now that I think about it, we definitely want to get some pearls of plenty. Although we could save up for strategic intensifiers. Yeah, maybe Canary is a bit better on this city, considering that strategic intensifiers are quite nice, especially for us. Now, the big next thing on our agenda is making sure that we can extract as much Hyperium as we can. And to do that, we've captured this region. We've settled this region, and we're going to link it up with this region just to make sure that we have this nice U shape of interconnected roads. And what's really nice about this is that we can just make sure that we can connect us. Well, we can move our armies from city to city very quickly. That's really important in this game because defenses are quite weak on their own. Like, these militia units are fine. The militia units you start from, they're fine. They're not bad, but at the same time, they're quickly overwhelmed if it's just them against like a 5-stack army or something. So to make use of these defenses, these fortifications, you really have to have an army that's close by. And that's why we're going to often like pay attention that we can connect our cities with armies, with roads, and move the armies between those cities very quickly. Or we can do things like place them strategically. Like here, I've placed 2 cities on the lava flows, and if I ever had to fight to defend these cities, I could abuse these lava flows and set the assailants on fire, and in that way defend myself. Oh, suddenly I can get this now. Interesting. I think it must have been a bug before then, because previously I couldn't pick up the strategic intensifier on the Hyperium, and now I can. So that's wonderful. Once we get the strategic intensifier on as many of our Hyperium deposits as we can, we're really in top shape. I had recorded the video and then it crashed on me. But I thought about getting this volcanic leecher, but if we can get these strategic intensifiers, we don't really need that to kickstart our Hyperium production. Or we can get both and then just make sure that we have an endless, no pun intended, supply of Hyperium-powered warriors. And we can also then retrofit all of our armies. So, going into turn 90, I think this is probably one of the strongest economic starts I've had with the game. I'm really starting to feel a lot more comfortable playing this game. And I think the weirdness was just that I really couldn't get used to, not just the economy game, but the fact that I could just easily get crushed within the first 50 turns if I wasn't careful. Or just unlucky, actually. I mean, sometimes you just spawn next to an endless AI, and it's powerful enough. I'm being drowned out by this Age of Heroes introduction thing. But you spawn next to an endless AI, and it's powerful enough that it can just take you down within the first maybe 50 turns even. I'm just going to go for science again. I think science is something we need to work. At this stage in the game, we want to make sure that we're getting enough science that we can close out the game with a science victory. Or at least compete if other empires are going for that victory type. Excuse me. There seems to be a nice spot to settle because of this anomaly. Let's try. Seems this is a better spot, actually. Doesn't matter, we should delay the settle anyway, so we don't want our settler, like... I mean, we could have our settler just awkwardly be there and have our population produce nothing, but I think this is the best spot. Yeah, unfortunately, I messed up a bit and sent it one step too far. But it's not the end of the world. This region is not something we need to really build up like a lot. We're not really worrying about setting this region up. What we are worried about is just making sure everything is nice and linked up and everything is nice and tidy. So I'm fine waiting a turn. Just send this army over here. I forgot what's over here. Oh, we just picked up Breakwall. Breakwall is garbage, by the way. At least at this stage of the game. Oh, that's a nice quest. If we complete that quest, we'll get a lot of Hyperion. So that's neat. I suppose I should link up this army with this army, just to make sure that I can defeat these enemies there. We have the Hyperion in this location. We don't have any special terrain we need to exploit, no. Then I think it's possibly time that we just... maybe we want to pick up the apprentice registry. Lookout tower we can move down. Apprentice registry is nice because per exploitation you get an industry, so this case it gives you 12 industry. Not spectacular, but it's not bad either. I'm just going to get rid of the strategic intensifier now that it's no longer bugged, and I can pick another one up on my Hyperion, which is by far my most important resource at this point in the game. And I'm just going to move that above, make sure I pick that up soon. I believe we're searching for a spy at this place. It's highly annoying. Spies are very difficult to get rid of. Well, the one thing I have been doing very badly on is completing this faction quest. But to complete it, we have to go into their territory, which means invading another empire, which means potentially putting ourselves at risk before we have powerful enough armies to repel them. So I'm perfectly fine being a bit slow about that. Now, I'm going to go for the scientific specialization first, because 100% bonus science on city is not trivial, and we're not really struggling with happiness at the moment. And we really have enough Hyperion to fuel this. Often I wouldn't go for that, but I do happen to have Hyperion, so it's possible these things are a bit better. Nah, we kind of want both actually. We want all of these. I'm not sure which of these. I think this is probably better because we're not stuck on happiness, at least at the moment. It doesn't look like we're going to be stuck on happiness soon, so the 20 plus should be fine. And then the bonus per populations is quite good. In some order I want these two, and then I probably just want to pick this up at some point. It's not amazing, but it's pretty decent. This is also fine. Getting extra trade routes and bonus science per trade routes is pretty solid. By the way, these are the two highest tier happiness and fits. Happiness plus fits upgrades, basically. In lieu of it's kind of like a central market with different ways. I kind of like just having all of these happiness upgrades at some point in the game, just so you can stack the benefits of them. The more I start to wonder if this prisoners, slaves, and volunteers is ever really good. I'm sure it stacks up across a game, but I have never felt like I desperately wanted it. But maybe I might be wrong. Maybe if I had a more dust-oriented economy at some point, I would have picked this up, but it's kind of hard to get that going anyways. I'm just going to make sure I have this rare alloy first. It's possible I should just pick these up sooner, but I just kind of want to be ready to produce units. So, at this stage we can end... Oh, I've got to construct things in the city. Now we need to make sure that we have enough of the refrigerators. Let's buy some glass steel. Why not? Let's make sure we have a fridge in all of our important cities. So here, do we have a fridge here? No, we do not. This is an important city. I think I'm just going to get it immediately. Just dump a lot into industry to make sure we get it out sooner rather than later. Now here we want a fridge as well. Yeah. And what the refrigeration plant will let us do is we'll just improve our food production even more. Again, food is kind of, as I've come to realize while playing this game more and more and getting better at it, food is kind of the lifeblood of your end game, because each point of food in effect gives you more resources for later on, and helps you sustain a larger population. So, like, having these huge populations is doubly important because of cultist heroes, which are just obscene with huge food numbers. Like, I don't know if obscene is the right word. It's fully disgusting is what I'm trying to get at. Let's get some more glass steel. We want another one in the city as well. I think that's just enough. Yeah. And once we've picked up this intensifier, we can easily get the fridge. I'm getting intensifier here. I'm also making building canneries, which will help us build. It's basically turning industry into food, and that's something we're sort of in the market for, given how how powerful food is later on. Really, in endless space, industry has this double role where it helps build your stuff, but also can easily be converted into other resources. But in endless legend, it's more mixed. It's like food and industry sort of do that, but at some point food just is better at slowly snowballing advantages. So we've got 40 Hyperion for that quest, which is disgusting, and I'm completely okay with it. Yeah, now we have to go back to these people and just make sure they're happy. But getting 40 Hyperion from a quest, it's actually kind of nice to pick up quests this late in the game, because when we pick up quests later and ruins later, the rewards are way better. Although it often isn't warranted to just like wait so long with them. It's something worth thinking about, actually. Yeah. So we picked up this place, and I believe this is we start on the watchtower or something. Oh, because we placed it on the watchtower base. It is a watchtower. Got it. Just get seed storage. We're on a river, so why not? Just all the basic upgrades. Make sure this place is normal. Public granary. How much we need? We need more glass steel for that. Make sure we have enough glass steel in general. And once we have those upgrades, everything should be okay. The question is, do we have enough stockpiles to make that work? We could buy more stock. Oh, these stockpiles replenished? That's excellent. I really want more food stockpiles. So, as I explained in the last episode, really, our economy is really kind of built around stockpiles at this point in the game, which is pretty excellent. Well, it's pretty cool, I think, that I found this way of playing the middle to end game. It really makes pearls a lot better. I was struggling to find a good use for pearls apart from these buildings, which are nice, but they're kind of late in the game. This is good if you're playing like a sea-orientated faction, but this is okay, but not maybe as good as the stockpile technique. I don't want to say exploit because I love it too much. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let me keep doing it. Trade routes. Getting bonus dust is nice. Although I wonder if we can afford to do so. Maybe we'd rather go in this direction, get even more science. And I think that's what we want to do. Bonus science on district is good because our cities are quite well developed. I think we almost want a bit more of these upgrades. One of these upgrades which will help us build up our influence at this point of the game. Although we're doing fine on influence, I mean, this Empire plan is... It's not like this Empire plan is bad by any stretch of the imagination. Oops, sorry. Wait, I got lost in the menus there. So I mean, this Empire plan, we're getting happiness, we're getting a good chunk of science, we're even getting some extra dust. I just want to maybe stretch it a bit to get all these high tier upgrades. This is probably less good because industry is less good at this point in the game. 50% bonus food would be neat. But we have our bases covered. The happiness increase is really important. The movement bonus is good if you have lots of armies and are doing important things with them. So this would be nice to get. And it would be nice to get this. It would be nice to go all the way here. It would be nice actually to fill out the entire Empire plan. But that's not really realistic most of the time. So I'm quite happy with as it stands here, though in the future I might want to build up my influence base a bit. Actually, I can think about selling some more Titan bones. Unfortunately, you can't sell more than 10 at a time in this game because of reasons. I don't know why. I couldn't program it or something. We're still building up redstone very slowly, dust water very slowly. Emeralds can go to hell. Fuck you, emeralds. You're terrible. There. Matt hates emeralds. Confirmed. We want to save up for these, I think, next turn. Let's just go here and collect these 2 temples. Again. We're just going to send this guy up here, or these raiders, and make sure we can place a volcano former at this point, because I think this will be a good location for us to place a golem camp later. Golem camps being, of course, very important to your city building. Yeah, these fridges are pretty dope. There are armies on our border, but I feel relatively safe about that. Now we got to strategic intensify twice, so our production of Hyperium is really strong at the moment. Let's just rush these out. Let's think about rushing out the golem camp as well. No, we don't have to. But we do want to think about getting... Well, right of way is important. We don't have to get these science upgrades, etc. We just need to make sure that we get all the important things for our empire in these towers. We do actually want these Hyperium extractors, although it's going to take us some time to build them, and they cost some titanium. Yeah. Okay, one downside here that we don't have enough production of these basic resources, so we're going to have to use dust a lot to cover our bases there. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Okay, let's just place that there. Excellent, we just pacified them. Now, I'm going to check if this radar unit has... No, this is a basic unit. I just want to see that yeah, we've successfully slayed those enemies. Now that we're basically swimming in Hyperium, we can start thinking about really, I guess, building up our Hyperium-based army. And I'm going to do that once I pick up this rare armor. I just want to make sure I can build like complete units before I move on to other things. This is also a good use of Hyperium, although we need a lot of titanium to fuel it as well, obviously. Let's just send this army here, let's see what they can pick up. It's good to have these... It's fine to have these mid-tier armies. Eventually we'll phase them out. Whoa, 50 Moonleaf. That is pretty appealing, actually. Question is, do I want to save this for later in the game, when I'm more likely to be using lots of science to try and win? And I think I might. Not an easy choice by any means. I just feel like I want to just make sure I produce enough food on this place. The cannery is really because I have nothing better to do. It's not a huge deal. I can't spit, yeah. Here we're going to get a refrigeration plant in one turn. We can just, actually... we don't have to rush that thing. Though we might have to. I guess we can start just building random districts to level up the districts here, because we have nothing better to do. As I mentioned before, that's not really profitable in any way, but yeah. Oh well. Just want to fill up my city at this location. We have nothing to do otherwise. Yeah, I've played... My other games of Kapaku have been quite aggressive, but it looks like here we can just chill, actually. Make sure we build up our unkillable late-game army. And just... Yeah, make sure our economy is strong, make sure our armies are strong before really committing to anything. It's more like the laid-back style, which I often prefer in Endless Space, but it's not always an option in Endless Legend. Unlike in Endless Space, you can't just go into the game with like a strategy in mind and sort of do that strategy. It's a lot more variable, I guess. That's the word. Oh, no, it's not that. It's you have to be a bit more reactive. Oh, I just realized I want to actually pull this army over there. My bad. Let's just link up these two armies. Yeah, that's fine. No, we could spend money on titanium. I almost feel like that's the correct choice. A couple of turns we have scientific specialization. Specialization. And in that case, we want a lot of titanium to spend. So we can just get that on cities with a lot of science. How much science do we have in these cities? We have one with almost 500. Another one with almost 500. The ones with our scientist heroes. Which is going to be extra good with this, I think. With her flat bonuses, we'll get doubles, so like, you know, that's wonderful. I think that's how it works, at least. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure the percentage bonus is definitely very good. I'm just not sure whether it stacks in just to other bonuses. Yeah. Which would obviously make it a lot better, but would make it way worse. So I guess the question is, do we want more dust from our trade routes, or do we want more science? I think I'm going to go with science, or science and dust. So in this city we have all we need, and we have enough food. At the same time we can make sure we're getting canneries a decent amount. We're still in this, I think, at the stage where we don't have much better to do with our cities than make canneries, so that's what we're going to do. Let me actually check how much science we have in these tiles. Yeah, it looks like imperial funding is actually worth it here. Again, I don't think we're rushing to get a science victory at the moment. We just want to build up our food production so that later when we go for the science victory, we'll have the necessary worker counts to make it, to just make it work, to be honest. Public library. I forgot to pick up a hero for these settlements. Whoops. For those of you screaming at the screen. Firstly, oh, this is blood crystal, it's not emeralds. Did I accidentally sell these instead of emeralds? Or I think maybe we just picked this up, maybe. Titan bones, we have enough. Let's sell some. When is this expiring? 1 turn. Alright. Let's just make sure I can get a hero. They're not that impressive at the moment. I guess we might as well pick up a Kapaku hero. They've relatively quickly to become relatively good. We don't really, actually, I almost want an extra cultist hero and an extra Kapaku hero, I think. And now we've picked up, I could have done this last turn, we've picked up this rare armor. I'm going to go for rare armors because I have more Hyperion production than I have production from these two. And Hyperion, this is, I think this is at least comparably powerful to these, probably better. These are better if you have more of these resources. Basically, whichever resource you're more comfortable with spending, or you have more of, you should spend it on that. So we're just going to delete that. And now we're going to think about what armies we can build. So the most important one is obviously the Golden Rider. Now, this spear is nice. We're obviously going to pick up Hyperion as our main resource. Cavalry Slayer isn't bad. This gives an extra small initiative boost and a small defense boost. Considering how low initiative and defense are on our unit, that is a relevant bonus, although Sweep Strike Back is on this. Sweep Strike Back is pretty good and also gives us bonus damage, which is quite relevant. Sweep Strike Back is mostly good because the AI can't micromanage, and because if you're playing against humans, micromanagement is super annoying this game. This Mithrite Helm might be a bit better, but we don't actually have Mithrite production, so I'm just going to go all in with Hyperion. Maybe for a hero I'll add the Mithrite, because it's nice. Actually, interestingly, this doesn't actually give defense, which is kind of interesting. We sort of expect it to, somehow. Let's see what we can... If we can pick up something that improves initiative or defense in this unit, it might be valuable. Improved attack. Bonus movement speed is something I'm interested in. Especially... Just... I don't know, give some initiative, that's nice. Okay, so... I said I was interested in initiative, and I did find some with initiative increase. Improved life. It's not bad either. 40% life on this unit. I want to keep this I want to keep this Hyperium cost as low. Like, what I mean is that when you pick up these expensive trinkets, they're kind of neat, but also they cost a lot of Hyperium. And I guess 2 life drain per turn is not that impressive. The regeneration, I guess, because this unit is reasonably fragile, I think extra life might be a little bit better than extra regeneration. Although I could be wrong about that. So, now I have to come up with a name. Funnily enough, I'm pretty happy doing this, like, on my own. Just thinking for ages on cool names, but, like, on stream, it's, like, hard to do this while trying to comment once and while recording. Right. I don't know why that happened. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this. Actually, for all of you Dark Souls fans out there, I guess I'm just wondering if Life Drain is substantially better than, say, Regeneration. The nice thing about Regeneration is that it scales with level. Yeah, so gradually will become even more impressive than this, although health also scales with level. I'm not actually sure. I'm not actually sure which of these is best. I guess for prolonged sieges it would be better to have this, but I guess winning immediate fights about losing units is maybe a bit better. And I'm going to stick with the claws because of the sweep strike back. If I needed Cavalry Slayer, I'd pick this up, but I don't think I'm going to need it that much. I mean, we see some cavalry here, though. I guess we can make different versions. So we make another one. And here we're going to pick this up. And this one will be our anti-cavalry cavalry. So we have that in the bag. Now we're going to think of making some stone sentinels. And here the main thing is that we split between infantry slayers and some range slayers. So make sure we have appropriate movement upgrades so we can at least have a reasonably fast army. Now, bonus health is something we don't need as much on this unit because of its high defense, so I'm considering picking up regeneration to make sure infantry units never really die. It's possible I want life drain instead, so to improve this unit's damage and increase its longevity. Its damage is pretty pathetic, so let's go with this. Just make sure I give it a name that I can remember that this is better against ranged units. Though I guess I should have been doing that earlier. Range Slayer. Picking up this. Picking up this. We don't need draining that much, I don't think, against ranged units. So we can instead pick up Sharp Sense for defense against ranged. So now we have a decent army core consisting of Kapaku units. We can think about making some demons. And actually they synergize pretty nicely with our army because they're also flame walking. So Range Slayer is not bad. I'm gonna stick with Sweep Strike Back because of initiative issues on this unit. I wonder if the Kapaku unit is going to be a bit better. These units are faster, which is nice. High health total is not bad. Maybe something improves defense is better. Disease immunity, shock. Giving them disease. Maybe just stick with regeneration here. These will, I guess these will be the infantry core of our armies, and then we'll have the Ashen one being the DPS core, and we'll switch up extra units depending on what we're expecting to see. I guess if we're going to attack either of these factions, well, I guess it's good to just spread out our units in terms of effectiveness. I could have retrofitted my armies instead of doing this, which might have been better, but it's not a necessity. We do want to pick this up at some point, these two upgrades, by the way. I just need to remember that. Also, having gone for the scientific victory before, difference engine is obviously the best because it improves all your sciences, meaning you can get everything else faster. But I've kind of been really impressed by Serum of Itaru, because once you have 100 bonus life and damage units, you are never losing fights again. If you have military at all, I think that's probably worth a second shot, or maybe even first. I mean, like, I've sort of undervalued how good that was, so maybe I should clear out my preconceptions. Some way of saying that more elegantly. Yeah, I should rid myself of my preconceptions. Cool, making sure I have enough titanium for scientific specialization when that crops up. Don't have any... Again, I think I want to save my Moonleaf. I don't see myself gaining new territories anytime soon. And in that case, I want to just make sure I have enough. So I don't have to spend the Moonleaf right now. But when I do spend it, I want to get the most bonus I can, or the biggest bonus I can out of the science bonus. And if I do that closer to when I'm putting all my workers into science, then I'm getting more advantage out of it. I guess I should get imperial funding on the city, unless I don't have any science here. Yeah, I do have science. I should. The city continues to be like a bit weird. I really like this theme. When I played the original Ender Space, and that's how I kind of got into the series, and I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I didn't play it that much. I think the difficulty curve somehow threw me initially. I want to return it now. Actually, I got this game in Ender Space 2, and I didn't play it that much because I took a break, and actually my little brother got into the game. Well, like he listened to the soundtracks. He was like, "This is cool," and I got back into the game. So now I've worked on my gameplay, and I'm a lot better. So, fortunately, the difficulty curve for me almost like stopped me from playing the games. I won't say ruined the games for me because I did enjoy them quite a lot, even in a pretty casual mindset, I guess. But I don't know. I hope you never. Part of the aim of this channel is to make sure that viewers, aka you, never have that experience where you're like too stumped by the difficulty of the game to really keep playing it. Right, cool. Let's just put that down there. I want to pick up the Golem Camp first because it's like a supercharged district. I don't really need the science boost. I mean, the science boost is pretty trivial on this section anyway. We don't have any canopies yet. We're slowly building up these strategic luxuries. And we can get boosters with them every now and then, which is fine. We have to have strategic luxuries, including this stupid emeralds. Emeralds suck. I hate you, emeralds. I don't know why emeralds are so useless. Like designing the game, where they're just like, I don't know. It's out of mechanic, which I guess because they thought the designers probably thought fortification was more impressive than it actually was. Oh wow, that's awfully close. Never mind, those are just warships. Warships can't land, obviously. No, I didn't get anything. Damn it! So unlucky. Now, advanced alchemy is going to be really important because this is one of my leading science cities, and any bonuses to science in the city that's doing well on science, or the city I'm going to upgrade with this 100% boost to science, is very important. I'm not getting any stockpiles at this moment. I just need to spend all my dust on titanium or whatever. Titanium or whatever. Okay, here we can spend this food stockpile. We can continue going for the cities with powerful leaders. I think I'm just going to go for this one. It's the city with the most important governor after these two, and has a huge boost to science, which we want to capitalize on. I mean, I mean, no means a capitalist, but like, you know, we're playing these games. I'm gonna just ignore morality for a moment. So, because of this island, this island situation, we really had the option of playing like this. You know, just building up a nice little U formation and playing defensively and making sure we could build up our economy. You don't always have the luxury in this game. Luxury is on, but we do kind of want to start building armies. Let's just build some ashen ones. Whoa. Oh, it just cost dust. Never mind. Do all of them cost dust? No. Let's build a terror here. I almost want to put everything... No. Losing way too much food production that way. Yeah. Okay, this is better. Let's build a couple of terrors here. And I just want to build up a top tier army eventually. Let's just check with which cities we have the most science. Sorry, industry. For some reason I said science. I do think we want to build ashen ones here. Maybe another terror after that. Here we can build... Yeah. Let's just make sure we have enough dust next turn so we can get out of the nuts. Once we have those advanced armies, we can consider selling our bad armies. Obviously, like, that costs us a lot of Hyperion. So, yeah. Oof. Computer almost froze there. I've lost so many recording sessions now to computer freezing. For some reason, this game runs worse on my computer than Endless Space 2, but Endless Space 2 is newer. So, like, how is it more graphically demanding? Maybe the process is less refined or something like that. Okay, now we have to look which city is best on science, keeping in mind that we're not really dumping points into science. And it looks like this city is by far the best on science. So in that case, we should really pick up... Well, we haven't even gotten imperial funding on the city, and it's still the best on science. That's pretty impressive. We should really pick up this new upgrade. Do we have it? Oh yeah, here it is. Limited to 1 copy in your empire. And this is pretty good. Oh, this is a unique upgrade. Oh, okay, that's less good than I thought it was. It's still good though. We're gonna cut back on some unit production, just so we can get these things. This living labs thing is something we really want. I'm just gonna dump everything into this. Make sure our science gets upgraded. Living labs probably should come first. Look at those cute little guys. Kind of having a Beauty and the Beast thing going on there in terms of building up our science. Our little friends. Living candlesticks, etc. Probably not treated as they should be, because rights of the machine worker class. We have a lot of range of anomalies. This is probably a good upgrade in the city as well. In that case, we want to pick up another 9 Hyperium. This is really... Sorry, Titanium. This has really been a Titanium Hyperium episode. I really like the Kapaku theme. District level 2. Well, I think, given that we have living lab tools, we really want to pump out as much science as we can on this city in particular. This is really going to be our scientific stronghold, or whatever. Can't afford a... We don't have the obscene amount of dust necessarily to buy that out, so we're not going to. We're just going to go over there, pick up this, or just crush this little army. Getting some experience on our hero is not bad. I mean, I think it wasn't wrong to have a hero dedicated to combat, because you never know when you're forced into a war, and then you really do want that warrior hero, just to give you those very relevant boosts to your army, but at the same time we haven't gotten that much mileage out of it, or him, which is, you know, a little bit unfortunate, but also not the end of the world. Let's pick up another Ashen one here, I think. Actually, this region has enough industry that we can split the difference. Morphin one is better against cavalry. Let's pick up the Ashen one first, though. Dust Refinery is fine. At the same time, I want the army that's a bit faster. Picking up Imperial News Network would be nice because Mythrite is not in demand, so we can just pick up a ton of it if we want. Look, 47 for a top tier resource. I'm in. You can always use these second tier units to sort of clean up, I guess. We can turn them into pretty decent units without having to spend Hyperium, so that's not bad. We have currently 6 Hyperium from cities. We kind of want to rush these out to get Hyperium faster if we can. Now we're getting the Cryometric Monitor. We're still going for the Living Lab tools here. I think we can afford to spend to buy industry stockpile and use that industry stockpile on the city to rush out the Living Lab tools. And we're gonna activate the Red Sang immediately because bonus XP on heroes is very relevant at this stage of the game. Or in any stage of the game, actually. Look at how fast the Living Lab tools is coming along now. Well, that will only I mean, it's only doing so much. We ideally want to just pick up this industrial zone so we can help it along. Yeah. Let's make sure our armies are, I don't know, positioned reasonably well, so we can just bounce them towards whichever side comes over to attack first. Really good that we picked up this Endless Mechanisms upgrade, because bonus movement speed on roads is super relevant. There's no like teleportation or any random shit in this game. Well, unless you're playing the Voltas, in which case there is teleportation. But you know what I mean. It's you have to make sure your armies can get where you need them to go. A big theme I've been sort of going on about in my videos, but it really is really important in these games. Like, an army that can never get to where it needs to go is basically useless. If you think about it. So we can go for extra influence, we can go for extra general fids, we can go for extra dust. I'm kind of feeling the influence. Just to get those extra influence tiers. Upgrading our heroes' influence production is going to be more effective. Okay, they're opening borders. That's cool. Oh, scientific specialization. No, screw you assholes. I'll never want to talk to you again. That upgrade is good. And you don't deserve it. Now, let's see what sciences they have, actually. No, we can't make a treaty. Well, we can't actually see what sciences they have. Never mind. Hopefully, we'll get warned as soon as somebody gets any of the relevant tech required for them to win the game. Looks like the only faction I'm really worried about here is Purple Belly Slicer, which is the not Kravis, Necrophage AI. I guess I want to improve this because it's going to give us bonus science, enlightened trade. We're getting living lab tools next turn. Excellent. So we're going to improve our science in this region. And once we have that, we can get these flat boosts to science. I even want to pick up this climatology guild, so to do that, it's time to buy even more titanium, which is really the theme of this episode. And once we can also pick up refrigerator on this place at some point. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get that earlier. Yeah. Let's just pick up refrigerator sooner rather than later. The city is very important for us because we're kind of making it our science capital. And science is at least going to be connected with how we win this game. Like if we pick up a Serum of Itaru while we're doing a push, for instance, then science will be instrumental to our victory. Okay. These all require more titanium. Sorry, Hyperion. Oh, no production? Oh no! Stupid winter! Is there... No! Screw you, winter! Oh, I hate winter. Winter once again has gimped us. Oh, at least we have some of them in production, right? I should pick up extra resource generation in the city. Oh, I hate winter. So bad. Now we've got this, we can go down and pick these up again. Flat bonuses are nice, we can also go for this percentage bonus. Flat bonuses are probably a bit better because we have so many percentage bonus. Sorry. Oh, we have another point left? Wow. Living Labs really helped us there. I think we're going to go for flat bonuses first, and then... Wow, look at how much science we're generating now. That's pretty great. Given that we're generating so much science, I almost want to pick up this, because... Nah, we're not getting anything out of that upgrade at the moment. Almost everyone is happy, I think. If it pushes someone to ecstatic, that'll be excellent. It's something we probably want to get eventually. I generally open the ones that the game is tanky, but it looks like. I guess this game is maybe a bit poorly optimized. Because the hardware shouldn't be an issue, for once. Or maybe my hardware is just shit. I can just pick up pills of plenty, I think. Go for a couple of food stockpiles. Let's pick up a science stockpile. Actually, where did I pick up those pills? That's probably a mistake. I don't need them. I just pick up this, pick up this. Probably put everything to food. I might want to start splitting between food and science at this point in the game, on most cities. And we can even get an extra borrow street. Let's build the city out a bit. Yeah. I don't know why the Voltas theme keeps playing, like screw those guys. I mean, it's not like I hate the Voltas, it's just not my favorite faction. And I'm playing as this faction, like surely I could hear their theme a bit more? Maybe? Ah, whatever. Let's make sure we just dump some food into this beautiful place. Get that extra science. So I guess we almost want an industry stockpile if we could afford it. But there aren't any industry stockpiles. Industrial zones is coming along. Maybe we want to get pills of production. Seize the pills of production! I guess we can save our pills for something else that's, I guess, extra luxury intensive or strategic intensifiers. Here is a strategic intensifier location. Definitely want to go there. Getting an extra level this year, picking up the science upgrade, obviously. That's a bit terrifying. Ugh, that's so annoying. Let's round up. Spies are like, they're really cool to use yourself, but then when somebody uses them against you, it's super irritating. Not that I don't like spies, all the spy factions, mind you. They're pretty cool. We're just going to pick up this first, just for the trade routes, I think. Just really hammering science at this point in the game. If I'm going to play internally, which it looks like I'm kind of forced to because the Hyperion is dried up because of stupid winter. Stupid. In that case, I'm just going to make sure I have Plan B set up. Plan A is, I guess, well, plan one of the plans. I don't know which is Plan A or Plan B. I'm not even sure which is best. But one of the plans is to go for a scientific victory. The other plan is to pick up a strong Hyperion army and just go to town on my enemies. Make sure I pick up enough titanium. I can even buy Hyperion at this point if I'm desperate. Never mind. Let's go back, pick up one of these. Yeah, the city needs something. Now, bonus dust on cities. That's nice. And we have production of this. Unlike the moon leaf, so I'm just gonna pop it like it's hot. And now we're just gonna put some stuff back into food here. Very good. Now here we're just producing some extra terrors. There's Ashen one. Something we can do here. We'll pick up the Ashen one there at some point. Ashen one. Ashen one. Actually, Imperial News work is something I'm more keen on here. Then I'll just do the Ashen ones in my main place. It would be nice to have the... it would be nice to do the main quest, because the main quest gives you an academy, which makes your army units come out stronger, or more experienced, which is good. I'm not gonna lie, I would have liked to have that, but again, the main quest requires us to make war for another faction, and that is just a concession I don't want to make right now. This is neat. I just think about which city has the most influence production. Something that's accounting for almost all of our influence production is this city. So you could easily get an additional 80 influence out of this. I'm down with that. Yeah, this game is quite internal. This is not going to happen every game, I promise you. The next time we play Endless Legend, we're probably going to be like fighting for our lives. I'd probably lose. I don't know. This game is rough on endless difficulty sometimes. Though I think once you survive, you can leverage the fact that you're smarter than the AI to great effect. I think we're just going to go like this. Just picking up influence bonus is something we're interested in at this point, I think. Yeah. No, is this the last army? Okay, never mind. I just want this winter to end so I can get my Hyperion back. I don't know why this winter effect even exists. It's so stupid. And you can't even interact with this. Why? Why? Cruel world. Oh well. Have we picked up a strategic intensifier yet? No, we have not. I want that. I want that badly. But I can't for some reason. That's irritating. So I think this is bugged or something. Scientific Envoy. This is the thing I want. So I should probably cycle through all my cities, just pick this up. Yeah. So I do kind of want to go like this. Okay, all my cities with appropriate production. Climatology Guild, and then we can go for where's Scientific Envoy at? Not there. Let's pick up the Scientific Envoy on not the city. The city is our best trade city. Once we have enough Mithrite, I guess we can get more. We should definitely invest in Mithrite actually. Make sure we get that newspaper going. The newspaper makes me less... The fact that I don't have Mithrite production makes me less inclined to pick up Arts Council because I'd rather have newspapers, basically. These are newspapers. That's what they're called. Deal with it. We're going to pick up newspapers here. Actually, newspapers makes me want to put a bit more into industry. Now this city is a city we can almost entirely devote to industry, to be honest. Yeah. And we have extra dust lying around. We want to pick up another science stockpile and activate that. You can only have one science stockpile active at a time. They're not amazing in that way. And our empire production is pretty solid without them. But extra dust, 200 more science is not bad. I just want to make sure that the city has all of the relevant upgrades. It's sort of like a thing where you want to stack all your science in one city. least I want to stack on my side somewhere. What it says about the game or me. I'm maximizing influence on this character. That is our biggest influence city. I'm just going to dump that stockpile over there, so we can very quickly get these things. Alright. Speaking of dumping stockpiles, pick up another pair of science stockpiles. Or another science stockpile. Buy some more titanium, because that's what we're kind of choked on this game. Spend it on these. And yeah, in this city, can we build a... Maybe we've already built it. We haven't built this highway, I think. Let's get the ashen envoy first. In this city, we're just going to make more ashen ones. How do we not have enough? We still choked on Hyperion. Annoying. Stupid winter, stupid. I'm gonna make the title of this video. Stupid winter, stupid. There. Get rid of that. We don't need it. Scientific envoy there. Scientific envoy here. Scientific envoy here, I think. Yeah. Advanced labs is probably better. And scientific envoy here. Pretty sure this will be quite strong. Yeah. That's great. I think I have enough pills that I can probably start getting a bunch of cheaper stockpiles. I almost have a 20 population city in Hatherby, which is insane. What's even more insane is that there's a cultist hero there. Cash over cash! And our High Inquisitors gained another level. Excellent. I think this flat bonus should still be fine. But I think then we're going to move into this percentage bonus next. And probably get the... Oh, haven't availed any spies? Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, this is going well. Imperial News Network is something we'll probably prioritize. Newspapers for days. We've picked up this. We've picked up this. Now what else do we want? Bonus dust is not bad. Again, this is choking us very heavily. Oh, luxury resource intensifier. Never mind. I take everything back. What I was going to say is it's choking us very heavily on mithrite. Yeah. Imperial News Network is definitely something I want here. Once we have that over there, I think we can go for... This is the city where we're producing the most influence. Arena of Champions. When in Rome, hey? Once we've gotten all these important things down, we're obviously going to move back into other stuff. Stupid winter end already, god damn it. This is a maximum length winter just to screw me over with this Hyperion blockade. Ugh. Irritating. Oh well. I'm not moving my armies around enough, but whatever. Let's just make sure they're close to roads in case a catastrophe strikes. Although we are building a new army. These terrors. Really cool name. Really cool, like probably not that much. It seems cool to me, okay. Okay, I don't give a shit about that, so that's good. Now we finally have extra Hyperium, I think. I'm just even gonna buy Hyperium. Also, if I can be the only one of Hyperium, I'm okay with that. Or I'd actively like that, you know. Arena of Champions is coming along. That's very nice. Let's make some more ashen ones. Right, where can I get one? Not enough dust, hey? Let's just make another one. Make sure the city is building units most of the time. Yeah. Garrisoning armies is actually not as bad as it seems, because the heroes are actually gaining levels, experience based on how many units you have here. Although obviously you want your armies to be doing something active, but we don't really have much for them to do anyways, so who cares? Let's just go through there. And go through there. Can also go around here. And those are both of our armies, so that's good. We're gaining a lot of Hyperion per turn now. 7 bonus, actually. That's great. With this Hyperion extractor. It should be better. Now, at this point, we can really start thinking about upgrading the city instead of just having to do manual labor. Well, I mean, just picking up extra important stuff for us. Yeah. Grass Silk extractor. Where's Grass Silk? I don't think about that. Yeah, never mind. City, you are officially my extractor location. Deal with it. I'm so sorry. Now we've exhausted the relevant stockpiles in our empire. Or at least the stockpiles we can pick up easily. I do want to think about, once the Hyperion production gets back online, I want to think about being aggressive as soon as I can. We're going to have enough units, I think. We need an 8 stack of units, basically. Once we pick this up, I feel like I want to go back and just pick this up. Just to make sure I have big enough armies. And also, I'll get to the high-tech technologies faster. I don't think I need these things. I think I picked up all the valuable things for me from this tier. So I'm actually okay with not getting the high-tier stuff. I mean, 20% bonus defense on units is no joke. I mean, the defense rolls and the attack rolls are really important to making sure that you deal enough damage or don't take enough damage. Even more so than extra life. Because if you think about life and damage are like flat. They only deal... Well, I guess the thing about no, that's the wrong way to look at it. Defense and attack basically affect the chance of you being hit or being critical hit at all. And past a certain point, they're really effective. So if you have a huge attack bonus in your enemy, even though they might do more damage than you, if you crit all the time and they never hit you, you know, you're going to beat them. We can pick up advanced science thing here. Get some extra dust, is not bad. And also just building on here. Why not? Yeah, actually, getting bonus science is nice. So now, speaking of bonus science, the city, we're still going for the Climatology Guild at some point. Have we picked up a not? Yeah. This might be a decent space to stop the game. We're pretty much on our way economically, and soon we're going to be building some armies and starting to put pressure on other nations. We really want to find purple. Purple is our biggest competitor to winning the game, and this is really what wars are about in these strategy games. They're not just about gaining space, they're about interacting with other players, or in this case, the AI. And that interaction is all about who gets to win the game, more or less. You're basically saying, actually, I want to be the one, I am the one who's going to win the game. Oops, I forgot about these heroes and I didn't pick up the good ones. Whatever. I can pick up this. Inspect. Yeah. As an additional governor, and I think I'd want additional spies soon. Spies are pretty neat, as we're going to see. So, join me next time as I transition into army play and spy usage. Just start to put the screws on purple, I think, with my purple resource. Attacking purple with purple. Coming up next time, and I hope you enjoy. Once again, I hope you've liked this episode, enjoyed it, and I hope you learn something, ideally. Ideally from a good play, and slightly less ideally from my mistakes. Thanks again for joining me, and it was a pleasure to have you around.